This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. This is exciting. We are all live with you. My name is Eric F. King, and it's a pleasure to be here with world-class speakers. Okay, so this is the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast. So we are going bigger and better this year, folks. Bigger and better. We are being streamed live on YouTube, LinkedIn, even Instagram for some people. And now we're going to be going on to podcast stages around the world. All right, because we want to share this message with you. So if you're on right now, let us know in the comments. Definitely let us know in the comments. Share this with at least 3 people that you know so they can get the same value. All right, so we're gonna kick this off. We're gonna kick this off today. We will be hearing from Cassandra Terry, Leah Garcia, Annie Osong, Zion Inaugural, and Amberly Shree. All right. So before we get started, I just want to share a couple of things. Number one, Happy New Year for those of you that are I'm seeing for the first time. Okay, Happy New Year, and we want to make this year the best ever. All right. Start by saying it. Start by saying that this year will be my best ever year. Right. There's something about it when you say it and you say it with conviction. Right. This will be my best year yet. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Definitely put your comments in the chat and your questions for any individual or even everybody. All right. But we always like to start with mindset. All right. Even in my coaching, I'm a sales and leadership coach. I believe that anything you want to embark upon, you have to have the right mindset. We are what we think about, right? So that's important. So what did I do? I went to find the best mindset coach I know, and I know a lot of them. Hundreds, but I went to find the best one. I actually had to go all the way to Texas to find her. Right? She has her own talk show, Cassandra Terry Talk Show, morning talk show, and it's with great pleasure that I introduce you to mindset coach Cassandra Terry.
Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. How have you started your day? I know that this is an international broadcast, so for some of us, it's bright and early. It's the beginning of the day. Some of you may be late in the afternoon, and some of you, the day's about behind you. So the question I want you to ask is, what intention have you set for your day? If you're in the beginning of the day, do you have a plan for it? How is your day going to go? Did you wake up this morning and go, oh no, it's Monday. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to work. Or did you wake up grateful, one, that you woke up, and then excited about the opportunities that every new day brings? That mindset, the way you woke up, the things that you're allowing to play in your head right now is determining how this day is going to unfold for you. And if you're on the back end of your day, take a look. Be honest with yourself. How did you manipulate the unfolding of your day? Did you give yourself even the opportunity to have the type of day that you deserve? What are some of the things that you know to be true about yourself? Do you know that you're going to wake up, that you are the light? You can go into the darkest spaces and you're going to light it up. Make that decision, because I hear people all the time saying, what you give is what you're going to get from me. I will match your energy. I absolutely will not match your energy. I choose to set the energy. So when I go into a place, I'm bringing with me positivity. I'm bringing with me love and light and determination and persistence and the things that I need in order to have the type of life that I desire. And the reason I show up bright and early every Monday morning is because motivation is important. It's important to me. I get it from the fact that you guys are all showing up. And it's important to you to remind you just how powerful you are. I think it wasn't Henry Ford. I think it was Oh shoot, I just lost his name. It'll come to me. But he said, "Believe that you can, and you're halfway there." That speaks to the power of our mindset, just how important believing that you can, believing that you deserve, that is paramount to deciding the type of day, week, month, year, life that you're going to have. In the midst of the storm, you can look for the gift. You can determine within your own mind, you can be intentional about continuing to move forward and having the type of life that you desire. If you have a vision for your life, and I hope you do. If you don't, I can help you get there. But if you have a vision for your life, do you believe that you deserve it? And do you believe that you're capable of it? If you do, you are halfway there to realizing that vision. And so I want you guys to remember and to do it right now. Stop and think about the day ahead, what you intend to do, how you intend to show up, and then do just that. But set the tone first in here. Have that mindset. This afternoon or this evening in Texas, Leah and I are going to be on our virtual vision board party. We are so excited. We are doing the work to get really clear about the life that we want to have, and we want to take you with us. Come out, have your workshop on goal setting, and then as soon as that's done, we go into the creative space of creating that vision board so that you have a visual representation of the dreams that you have for yourself and that you are prepared to do the work to take that from dream to reality. You deserve it and you're capable of it. We all believe in you and we're here to help you get there. So have a great Monday, everybody. Eric, back over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was awesome. Awesome. Appreciate you. That's why we bring you here to kick us off. So thank you so much. Now that we have the mindset, the right mindset, now we have to have the money mindset, right? We have to have the money mindset. You know, a lot of people don't like to talk about money. And it's because of that, they don't make much, right? Because they're afraid of it. Right. So you have to be comfortable with it, right? You have to be comfortable with it. You have to learn how to make it. You have to learn how to save it. You have to learn how to invest it. And what I have done is I have found, again, one of the best in the world to help you with that. Okay. I went all the way to California where it is 4 a.m. for her, but she is here to give you value. All right. So without further ado, I want to bring on our financial coach, our financial expert, Leah Garcia. Go ahead, Leah.
Thank you so much, Eric. It is an honor and a privilege to be with you all here. I am fired up. I've been up since 2 a.m. Listen, champions don't panic, we pivot, right? I never thought I would get up at 2 a.m., let alone 3 a.m. I thought 3 a.m. was a challenge, and now I'm getting up at 2 a.m., so I'm not really sure how that works. But I'm excited to share with you. Listen, I'm a financial professional and I'm a black belt in martial arts, but I'm here to help you earn your black belt in financial freedom. Thank you so much, Eric, for this opportunity. You are the mastermind behind, the genius behind this. And really what we're attempting to do is to be of service here today. And individually, we all are definitely excellent and experts in our field. But when we bring it together, it's the power of the mastermind, just like what Cassandra was talking about, right? It's the power of our intention. So if your 2023 was whatever it was, and you're ready to go to that next level, remember, whatever happened in 2023, write it down. If it wasn't that great, let's get rid of lack, limitations, and scarcity mindset. In fact, if you have a piece of paper, write it down. Scarcity, lack, limitation. I want you to tear it up and throw it away and say that's so 2023 because it's not coming into our 2024. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is the power of the penny. You know, so many times people tell me, Leah, I don't have money to save and invest. I've got bills, I've got kids, I've got the mortgage. But do you understand? It isn't about how much. It's really about creating that muscle. Because for many people, saving and investing is an atrophy muscle. And I want you to think about it this way. If we did one push-up a day, in 100 days, we'd have done 100 push-ups. And then eventually you could start doing 2 push-ups a day. And then maybe 3. And in over a course of a year, you probably be doing 100 push-ups. That's called the power of compound interest. And actually, at some point, it would become what I call compound pounding. That is truly the power of the penny. It could even be the power of the penny because anything can compound. In karate, we call it kaizen. It is small decisions, small efforts over time that will have a huge, tremendous impact. And, I'm here at my daughter's ranch. I'm here in Los Banos, California. My daughter's dog's going crazy over here. She's grabbing my papers and stuff. And they have, her husband's a farmer. So there's change everywhere. He always has change falling out of his pocket. And I'm walking around and seeing all these coins. And I saw this penny and it just reminded me that if we took a penny and we compounded it every day for a year, check this out. You would have $68,476.74. Let me say that again. $68 million. And that's the power of the penny. So it doesn't matter where you start, it's how you finish. If maybe right now you feel like you don't have that muscle developed, you're not really saving and investing, maybe you just start with a penny. And you just put it down because it's not really the amount, it's developing the mindset. And I promise you, from this day forward, you're never going to look at a penny different again. So I appreciate the time. It's an honor to be with you here today. I'm so excited to hear from the rest of the speakers, Mr. Zion, Mr. Positivity, the godfather of LinkedIn audios himself, Mr. Ennie, and Amberly Shreve. I'm so excited to hear from everybody else, and I appreciate the time. And on Wednesday, we have our Wealthy Wednesday where we are going to talk about the impact of the mastermind. So join us. I had the most amazing speaker. She's a 2-time international best-selling author, Miss Chesda Nwege. And I look forward to seeing all of you there. Thank you so much, Eric. I send it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Leah. Appreciate that. I have notes here. You always do a great job. All right. Before I continue with the rest of the speakers, I just want to give a shout out to a few people here that are on the line with us. Coral from across the pond, welcome. Temitakwe from Nigeria, welcome. Okay, we have Isaac Clement is in the house, welcome. Dr. Marcia is here with us. All right, Gladys Bryce is here, welcome. Nina Hatcher, welcome. Let's see. Sold Out. Don't know who that is. Welcome. Oh, Kim Whitley Morris is here. All right. And I know there are a lot of people but are not commenting. So what I want you to do is comment. Let's shout you out. And, this year, put yourself out there. People say, well, Eric, I don't want to put myself out there. Well, guess what? Put yourself out there this year. All right. Make things happen when you put yourself out there. Right. Nobody's perfect. You can mess up. I mess up all the time. Ask these guys, right? But that's natural. It's okay. Give yourself permission to mess up. Just try. Just put yourself out there, and you'll get comfortable after a while. All right. So I just want to mention those people and share this with more people, folks. Share this so we can have even more people here today. All right. So now let's go on to our next speaker. Speaking of penny doubling. I started a meetup group once in Maryland 4 years ago. And my first meeting, I had 8 people. Okay. And after the meeting, they were also excited. They said, you know what, Eric, how often do you do these? And I said, this is the first one. They said, well, if you keep doing it, we'll keep coming. I said, okay. So I rented a room. It was like $350 for the next Thursday. And all of them said they'll be there. Guess what? Nobody showed up. I was the only one in the room. So then the lady up front, the lady up front, she came up to me and she said, I understand what's going on, Eric. We see this all the time. If you want to hold off on your little meeting, it's okay. You can do it some other time. I said, you know what? I don't want to hold off. I'm going to put on my credit card. I want to book the room for the next 4 Thursdays. I'm going to get people in the room. And that little stunt I played and putting my money out there turned into a group of over 3,000 people in United States, Canada, Europe, and all over the world. And I had a good fortune to meet our next speaker through this group. She joined one day, and I've learned a lot from her. She is an expert at communication, business communication, building relationships. I literally write notes when she is speaking because she knows how to connect with people. She's done it all over the world. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you, which is interesting because she comes from Maryland, but then I ended up meeting her online after we actually exploded out of Maryland. You see how things work? So she is going to speak to you today about communication, about relationships. So take notes and hear from Miss Amberly Shreve. Amberly, the floor is yours.
Eric, thank you so much for this opportunity to speak and hang out with everyone today. And I'm so excited to be here. So good morning and happy new year to everyone. And I hope that this morning you're taking a couple of moments for yourself to really understand your intention, not only for your business and what you're doing, but for yourself, how you're showing up for others, how you're choosing to show up for yourself, and what you're doing to prepare for your day. Believe it or not, all of these things tie in to the person you are, the person you're looking to be, and the person that you are striving to be, right? So within relationship building, there are so many components to this. We are learning about others. When we are having meetings with people, we are really looking to find out about that person. We want to know what their challenges are, what they're dealing with, who they are, what their family is like, the things that they love and that drive them. So within relationships, in business, we are learning so much about the other person because, believe it or not, it is not about us, it is about them. So taking yourself through a journey with that person, learning about who they are, how you can bring value to their business, and what you can do to help them be the best versions of themselves. Because remember, friends, we are living in two places, most likely, right? We are either living in love or we are living in fear, and we always want to show up in love. This is something that is very, very important, not only within ourselves, but within our business. Because if we show up in a place where we are compassionate, where we are understanding, and we are able to meet people where they are, those walls are going to come down. Most people are like, look, I know you're trying to sell me something. I don't want it. I don't want to be a part of it. But when you show up in love and you genuinely want to know about that person, who they are, what they're doing, what makes them get up in the morning, that really shows a different side of who you are. And I know that you want more than just a transactional meeting with this person. You want to know more about who they are to extend that relationship. What about referrals? What about increasing your customer base? It's not always that person. It's the person that knows that person that knows that person that may take your business 10x. So I encourage each and every one of you to get out there and show up in your meetings as though you are looking to make a friend. You are looking to grow within yourself and find out how you can bring value to each person that you are meeting with each day. The communication needs to be set because remember, the most beautiful things about communication is being able to connect with people on different levels. So, my friends, I challenge each and every one of you to connect with people in a more meaningful way. And if you need help connecting with people, maybe you're looking to follow up, maybe you're looking for different ways that you really want to establish or maintain these beautiful relationships, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I have an incredible tool that will be able to take you through step by step to be able to establish these business relationships on a deep, wonderful level. And I appreciate everyone's time today. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Incredible. And like I said, folks, she always brings the fire, right? You always bring the fire. So appreciate that, Amberly. We really appreciate you. I want to welcome Tanique. Welcome. We appreciate you, Tanique. Let's see. Alexis Skurloff James. That is my editor. She is my proofreader and editor for my books. All right. So if you want an editor, there she is. All right, so welcome everybody. We appreciate you. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is share a little bit about what I do to help people, okay? So I am a sales and leadership coach, and my passion, my obsession is to help entrepreneurs who have a zone of genius, who have something to share with the world, to help them to get them in front of people, and then to help them communicate their message in a way that's not salesy, that's not pushy, so they can 5x, 10x, whatever they want to do with their sales and their income. All right. And because I have found out that it's not necessarily the person that has the best product that wins. A lot of times it's the person that knows how to communicate what they have, right? And people think selling is a bad word. It's not. It's all in how you look at it. Okay. If you think that selling is convincing someone to buy something they don't need so you can make money, then selling is bad. But if you feel that selling is persuading someone to buy something that benefits them, then selling is good. So it's good to be in the business of sales. And if you have a business, you're in the business of sales. Okay, you're in the business of sales. So I'm going to give you 3 tips real quick, 3 tips that you can use. And I especially want to share at the beginning of the year because I want to give everybody the right path forward. Okay. The first thing you have to do is you have to get attention. Okay. You have to start getting attention. Stop hiding behind social media. You want people to see your face. Right. I see people like Cassandra doing videos now. Well, she's always been doing videos. I see Leah doing videos. I see Annie even doing videos now. I mean, he didn't used to do videos live, but he actually does them. I see Zion online. He has a huge following. I see Amberly doing them, right? Because here's the thing: you need to get attention. People need to see you, and they don't expect you to be perfect. Because if you're perfect, they can't relate to you anyway. Look at it that way, right? So they don't expect you to be perfect. So you want to get attention. How do you do it? You do it through getting on events, getting on podcasts, right? Like this podcast, right? You do it through social media, right? Showing your face, doing a video. It could be 60 seconds. My videos are 60 seconds. They're not that long, right? Videos, posts. You just want to get attention, okay? So number 2. Is once you have people's attention, you want to give value. Give value. I mean, a lot of people talk about it, but they don't really know what it means. Let me give you a simple definition. Share information with people that you can charge for. That's that good. Information that's so good that you can actually charge for it, but you just don't. That's value, right? Where someone sees them, like they hear it and like, oh my goodness, that I have to do that. That's going to change everything. That's what you do. People say, well, Eric, if I give all my information out, then nobody will want to buy from me. Here's what I say to you. How many of those people are buying from you now? Right? That is a selfish way to think. Just put it out there. Put it out there. Okay. I'll give you a quick example. There's a guy online, Eric Thomas, ET. He's one of the most famous motivational speakers in the world. Okay. And before he became one of the most famous motivational speakers in the world, he didn't have an audience. He was speaking at some schools, but he didn't have an audience, right? And his friend told him, he said, well, why don't you do YouTube videos of your speeches? And he said, if I do that, then they'll see what I'm doing. Then they won't pay for it. Then his friend said, well, how many of them are paying for it now? And he said, oh, you have a point. So he started doing videos I think it was actually every Monday. He would do videos. And then more and more and more people watched it. And then here's what they did. they would call him and say, we would like for you to come to our organization to speak about the topic we heard on that video. Okay, we'll give you $30,000 to do so. Now, we only want you to talk about what's on that video. He said, what? What I did for free, you want to pay me 30 grand for it? That's how it works, folks. So think about that next time you say to yourself, I don't want to put my information out there. All right. And then lastly, you want to convert the people that watch your information into paying clients and customers. How you do that is you meet with them one-to-one. If you have a high ticket offer, don't put your price online and just hope they sign up. It's not going to happen. They're not going to sign up for $2,000 offer, $3,000 offer, $4,000 offer because you put it on. You need to actually meet with them, okay? And you need to connect with them, and you need to share with them the value of your offer and how it helps them, all right? If you want more help with that, then go to compassionatecloser.com. You can grab my ebook. If you want to meet with me, you can set an appointment, and we can talk about your process now and how I can get you to the next level, okay? I have a coaching program. I have so many different ways to help you. All right. So that's what I want to share. That's what I want to share with everybody today concerning sales. I appreciate all of you listening, and we are going to go on to our next speaker, because one thing I do better than promoting myself is I promote other people. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So now let's go to our next speaker, who is a good friend of mine. He is here all the way from Europe, okay, from England, you know. Where they say, oh my days. I love that. I love that from my good friend.
Yeah,
he's here from England. He is a master marketer. Do you know that we would not even be on this podcast today if I didn't meet him and he didn't introduce me to LinkedIn Audio Room? You see how things work? You see how this works? Now I'm putting him on a podcast, right? We're working with each other. But anyway, it's a guy that I have actually paid to get value from, and he's helped me in my marketing. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my good friend, Annie Osong. Annie, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you so much. Everyone shared gems so far. Happy New Year to all of you, if I haven't spoken to you this side of the new year. It's great to be in this order, because like I say, I learn from all of you, and I can build on what you say. So from what you said, Eric, I think not being sales is very important. Caring for the people that we work with, is crucial. Cassandra mentioned the same point, really, which is said, set our intentions. We are the ones that direct what happens in our business. It's not customers don't want to buy from us. It's whether we must create the environment for them to do so. So Amberly mentioned some gems in there in terms of, if you truly show your clients the love, they will want to do business with you. So as we start this year, I guess the topic I want to talk about, the question I want to ask really is, do you really understand your customers? For all your intentions in business, the most important thing for everyone is to understand their customers. Of course, we hear things like our ideal clients, our target audience. These are groups of people that we can think about. I think my point today to you is, and maybe for this week, make this year the year you go beyond just general labels. Really get to understand the people that you are here to serve. So that's a slight different take on think of customers. We all hear, so Eric mentioned that we all got a zone of genius. Of course we have. We really, really have. Everything we do should come from that place, that zone of genius. A unique skill we have to solve people's problems. When we come from that place, business is so much easier. Getting customers is easier. Engaging people is easier. Engaging the right people, making the right friends is easier. I'll talk more about those different things as the weeks and months go on. I tend to talk about the same topic for a month in different points. But today, let's come back to my point. I said, do you know who you actually exist to serve? Many people don't. When I meet them, they think they know their ideal customers. They think that they've done the targeting. In reality, they could easily walk past their potentially best customer on the street tomorrow without ever knowing who they are. And a friend of mine, Lolette, called me and said, one of my clients, my partners I work with, on audio events. He called me last week. I was just in a pound shop in the UK. We have pound shops. I'm sure you have dollar shops in the US. I'm sure you do. She's in a pound shop. I met someone randomly in the queue, got talking, and next thing she knows, she saw this woman had a book. Yeah, she carries a book around with her to sell because she knows going to meet people all the time. You know, who needs her book? She never knows. But literally, she met one of her ideal clients, talked to her, and before you know, 20 pounds was exchanged, another book sold. That is how you get. That's what I mean by get to know your customers. You know, almost like a real person with a name. You know their habits, you know the lifestyle, you know where they go, where they don't go, you know what interests them. So get to know your customer, have the avatar. That's the first thing you need to know to actually get anywhere near knowing your customers. The second thing I want to say about knowing your customers is knowing what they want from your business. Here's the strange thing. The thing you do is not what they want. You know, everyone who does business with you has a different, they've got their own agenda. They know what they want. They want results. What does the results look like? You know, when I do an audio room, people want that they want to do an audio room, but I know that's not the ultimate goal. The goal is to get them an audience, to get them in front of people, to get them selling. That's what they really want, right? For your business, what do your customers really, really want? Do you know? So the next point I'll say to you is everyone wants transformation. When I talk to Cassandra, I don't talk to Cassandra because I want mindset. I talk to her because I want a better life. I want happiness. I want riches. I want wealth. I want peace of mind. I want to be a better version of me. You know, how do you transform your customers' lives? This is things I could ask. This is things that we should know as businesses, right? With all of this, we can begin to design services and products that actually exceed our customers' expectations. That's where business really lies. My friends, I'm sure I've talked too much. I have no idea how long I've talked for. But I guess for me, I want to make you famous. I want to make you rich. I want to make you successful. So the one thing I want to offer you today, if it might help you, is we have a book writing masterclass that has an early bird sale that ends on the 27th of January. Yeah, if you want to write your book within the next 6 months and have it published in August, then get in touch with me. Otherwise, you can write a chapter in a book, an anthology that's going to be published by the end of February, and we'll make you a best-selling author. If either of those fit your ambitions for this year, let's talk. That's me, Annie at Global.Media.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Annie. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You always bring value, and we do appreciate you all the way from Europe. All right. Oh, my days. That was incredible. All right. So we are going to keep on going. I want to welcome Camille Jones from Canada. She's here with us today. Welcome, Camille. Welcome, Shantae Bridges. Welcome. We appreciate you. Genevieve is here from the islands. Okay, so we have the islands flavor in the house. All right. She said everything's so cool. All right, there she is. All right, so appreciate everybody being on. Now I want to pass the mic on to our next speaker. He comes all the way from the African country of Nigeria. I'm familiar with that country because I'm from that country. So I'm familiar with the country. And I went that far to find the guy to talk to you today about positivity. All right, because he is a genius at it. People, he is sought after all over the world, right? So you want to take notes and listen to Mr. Positivity, Mr. Zion Enegru. I almost forgot his name. Zion Enegru. The floor is yours. Yeah, I'm so enamored by his greatness, I almost forgot his name. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's such a privilege to be here on another edition of Motivational Monday. And yes, to the amazing speakers who are with me on stage, it's a privilege to be in your presence too. Cassandra, our mindset coach, thank you. Amberly, our communication expert, Leah, our financial expert, and the amazing Mr. Annie, our film expert, and the chief host of today, Mr. Eric, our sales guru. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for motivating us. Thank you for inspiring us every week. And to everyone in the audience, thank you for being here. We celebrate you. We want you to know that we appreciate you so much. But don't forget, we are coming here every Monday to share with you this nugget, to share with you this wisdom. It's not because we want you to remain the same. It's because we want you to be transformed. We want you to take action. So don't come into this room and feel cool and feel energized and feel popped up and go back the same way you came. No, no, that's wrong. You need to take actions. And this year, what I'm going to be talking about this morning is make up your mind to invest in yourself. The year is still new. We are in January. It's still new to the year. You have to make up your mind to invest in yourself. Be intentional about your growth. Don't just let things happen to you. You have to create the things that happen to you. Your growth, you getting better should not happen by accident, should not happen by mistake. It should be something you create for yourself. So this year, make up your mind to intentionally invest in yourself. There's good news. There is nobody that can invest in you more than you. I will say that again. Nobody can invest in you more than you. You are the game changer. Other people can be your cheerleaders, they can sing your praise, but the one who is the real game changer is you. That's the more reason you have to be very intentional about investing in yourself. You might ask, what are the areas I want to invest in myself with if I want to be very intentional? I'm going to share with us 5 areas we're going to be investing in ourselves, but subsequent editions, I'll be explaining better in all these areas. Firstly, you have to invest in yourself spiritually. It's very, very important. The popular saying goes, the unseen control the sin. You have to invest in yourself spiritually. Secondly, you have to invest in knowledge. Invest in knowledge. All you know is not all there is to know. You might be a guru in your field right now. You might be a superstar in what you are doing right now. You must remember that all you know is not all there is. There is still more to know. So you have to invest in knowledge. Thirdly, you have to invest in health and your mental well-being. Because if your body is not healthy, no matter how good your idea is, no matter how good are your goals, you will not be able to achieve them. So you have to invest in yourself mentally and physically because your well-being is very important to you achieving your goals and making the impact you want to make. And lastly, invest in strategic relationship. The world revolves around people. You must understand it. And no man is an island of knowledge. So bounce idea of people, share vision with people, share your goal with people, because you don't know who you might help or who might help you. So be intentional about building strategic relationship. This year is a year you have to be very intentional about yourself because nobody can invest in you more than you. And in all your investments, in everything you want to invest in, make sure you are doing it with a positive mindset. I must tell you that. Because in positivity, there will be possibilities for you to achieve those things you want to achieve. There will be possibilities for you to invest more in yourself. Never forget, when you are positive, you are possible. And in positivities, there is endless possibilities for you. So thank you so much for listening. Wishing everyone a happy Monday ahead. Over to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. That was incredible. I mean, and the way you end is so brilliant, right? So eloquent. Like that's such a tongue twister. I couldn't say that. Or what you end with, I couldn't say that. It's brilliant though. I get it, but I can't say it that way. So we appreciate you. We really do. All right. So we have a lot of questions. Welcome, Poku. Welcome. Let's see. A lot of people have joined us now. TC, welcome, also from Europe. We have people all over the world. All right, so we have some questions for everybody. So if you guys can just answer these briefly. Cassandra, is there still time to register for the Vision Board event?
Absolutely. We welcome you up until the start time of the event. which is at 6 p.m. Central. I will drop the link, or you can go to my profile and hit visit my store. It'll take you directly to the registration.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm gonna share the question for Leah and Amberly, and then Leah can go first, and then Amberly next. Okay. So Leah, the question has to do with retirement planning. If you can, the person wants to know if you help people with retirement planning, and then after you, Amberly, they have a question about communication. Can you help people increase their communication? So Leah, go ahead.
Yes, I absolutely do help people with retirement planning. And what I like to do is reverse engineer. So we're going to calculate your FIN number, which is your personal financial independence number. How much money do you need to retire? Because retirement is not an age, it's just a pile of money. And then we will reverse engineer that to see where you need to start and work towards that. So great question. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So Amberly, I'm trying to find the exact question. I wrote it. I wrote the generic question down, but I'm trying to find the exact question. But it has to do with, yes, here we go. If someone is not confident at communication, can you help them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can take you through some helpful tips that will help you just look at communication a different way. So we'll just break down the areas that maybe you don't feel as strong in. We'll improve those areas and make sure you have everything you need. Absolutely.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Amberly. All right. If you have questions, please put them here. Like, look, you have world-class experts here to answer your questions. Typically, you would have to book a call. I don't know if you have to pay $500 or what you'd have to pay just to talk to these people. I don't know. But all I know is right now you can get information for free. Okay. Just put the answers, the questions in here. All right. So I think I had a question. I didn't even write down my own. That's all right. Ask a question for me. Let's see. I love the sign behind you. Is there a story behind that? Yes. Yeah. So if the sign behind me has to do with success, and if you look closely, it talks about the things you go through to get success, right? So if you look at the success, you see it right above, like it's like in the clouds, but you don't see everything in the roots that takes people there. Now, the reason I put it there is not just to share it with you, but to remind myself every day that in order to have success, I have to go through all those things that you see there, right? You have to go through rejection. You have to go through pain. You have to go through sleepless nights, all the different things, all the words you see there, you have to go through it to get to success. It's not just boom, it's there. All right. It's not a quantum leap. Just like, Leah says, it's day by day. It's not a quantum leap. And success begets success. In other words, if you have success in one thing, you can translate it to something else. I've done that over and over in my life, right? Success in one thing, I use that motivation and inspiration to have success in something else. And then I use that inspiration to have success at something else. And then when you see me over here, you're like, oh my God, I can never get there. Yes, you can. You just have to start here where I started and move up. Right. So hope I answered your question, but yes, absolutely, that it does mean something. That's the reason I put it there, for a reason. And I'm glad that you noticed that. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Let's see. Any other questions, folks? We have about 15 minutes. Let's see. Any other question? Okay. Well, we don't have any questions right now. I just pose a question to the group. If you can tell me maybe in a couple minutes, give me an example maybe of a client of yours, a client you've had or a customer of yours who had a problem and you are able to resolve the problem. So basically some transformation that they got, some benefit that they got from what you've done with them. Obviously don't mention names or anything like that, right? But yeah, because a lot of times people are watching us and they know we're good, but they want to know what we've done for other people. Right. So whoever wants to speak, just let me know. Just put your hand up and we'll get started. Whoever wants to speak first. Amberly, go ahead.
Okay, so I had a client and he was struggling a bit with reaching his clients and customers. So he came to me with this challenge, and we sort of broke down how he was doing things before and what wasn't working. So that way we could really look at what needs to work. So once we broke down the areas that he was struggling with, we really saw that the communication piece was really missing. How he was communicating with these individuals, because he actually was not connecting with them at all. So we took a package and he was able to connect with each of these clients throughout the year. We started out quarterly, and he had some touch points, he had some encouragement, he had a couple other areas where he was able to touch base with these people, and all of a sudden they started to communicate with him better, and he was able to really find a way to connect with them on a different level. So regardless if you're shy or you're not quite sure how to communicate with others, we really have some great tools that can help you expand your mindset and your outlook, and it doesn't have to be scary. So that's a wonderful way to be able to break communication and connection down, so that it can help you improve how you show up in the world.
Awesome. Awesome. That is great. Thank you so much, Amberly, for that testimonial. Okay, so we're going to go with Leah and then Cassandra.
That's a great question, Eric. So recently I was helping a family, and when they came to me, they had about $5,200 a month in discretionary income. Yes, that's pretty unusual. $5,200 a month in discretionary income. However, they had absolutely no emergency fund. They only had a term life insurance policy for $250,000. They had absolutely no investments, no retirement whatsoever, and they were buying and selling stock options. They have children under the age of 18, and they have no living trust. So what I always do is I do a financial needs analysis so that it's a starting point, so that we can see the progress. And, oftentimes when I do this, people get a little intimidated, and it's not about judgment. It's really about progress and tracking where they are. So I show them where they were. And now with that money, we're starting to fill up things. So we started an emergency fund for them, right? Because we have to have that emergency fund. Otherwise, we're going to spend on a credit card. Or I was blown away to hear this. It's like 80% of home equity lines of credit that have been used in the past 90 days have been to pay regular bills, to put food on the table. So we'll end up doing things like that. So we started their emergency fund. And also we are putting some money away. We're starting small because they haven't built this muscle. Even though they have good discretionary income, if I tell them, let's start investing $5,000 a month, they're not going to stick to it because they haven't developed that muscle. And then we're helping them with a living trust because they have young children and they have assets to protect. And they actually have about $450,000 in mortgages and student loans. So I refer them to one of my partners, and he's going to help them to get out of debt in less than 10 years. And I mean completely, totally out of debt in less than 10 years. So that's one of the clients I'm helping recently. Thank you for the question, Eric.
All right, no problem. Cassandra?
Thank you, Eric. It is a great question. As you were asking it, I had a particular client that was coming to mind because they came to me extremely frustrated in their relationships. They felt like everyone around them just wanted something from them, was always taking, never considered them and what they may need. They were just in these relationships that there was no reciprocity. I just give, and I'm not really appreciated. And if that's your story in a relationship, then okay, maybe you're just in a difficult relationship and either you need to set some boundaries or that's not a good relationship for you to be in. But if that's your story in multiple relationships, you've got to take a step back and understand that the common denominator in all of those relationships is you. And so that's not an easy conversation to have with the client. So I didn't come at it that directly because it was already somebody who was really fragile and upset. So it's not like it's all your fault. but asking, how or what are you contributing to these situations? How are you showing up in these relationships? How good are you at accepting help? And it became really clear as we talked through some of these scenarios and she answered some of these questions, is that she literally was setting herself up for those relationships to go exactly the way they were going. She was such a people pleaser. She was such a giver that's what she was known for. That's what she was teaching those folks in relationship with her as her role. And when people did try to help, oh no, I've got it. And at the same time frustrated because she didn't feel like she was getting any help. So we really had to go inside. That's why I say all the time, the voice within wins, because what it is that's happening on the outside is not nearly as important as what you've got going on in here. So we had to look at why she was showing up the way she was and contributing to these relationships that way so that she could change how she was communicating with family and friends and how she was setting expectations and boundaries. So those relationships were set up for success and not for failure. And so it really was all about her mindset and going within and understanding some stuff earlier in her life that made her afraid to say no. And once we uncovered that, she was able to, in the US, I don't know if this translates other places, but we say don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. That means don't get so frustrated in the work and in the things that you're doing that you chunk out the good with the bad. Those relationships weren't bad. How they were being managed and how they were set up was bad. And that's where we needed to do some adjusting.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great answer. Appreciate you. All right, Zion, I believe you put up your hand.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eric. I just wanted to share this experience with my clients. For those who listen to me very well, I'm an advocate for positivity in children, because I believe so much that the ability for us to have positive adults is to raise more positive children. So train up a child in positivity. When they grow up, they become positive and a positive adult. So I had an experience with a client a few months ago who had a child who was always grumpy, not happy, and doesn't look positive. So I came into the picture to help that child stay positive. And then I get to understand from a parent standpoint that this child was always, indoor, not relating with people. So I put the parent on an assignment, like, fine and good, you have a child who is like this. When last do you take out the time to appreciate your child? When last do you take out the time to give your child a big hug and tell him how much you love him? And then there were a few things we were able to do. And within 1 month, the child who used to be grumpy, who used to be looking sad, became more smiling, became more happier, because approaching it with a positive mindset, with a positive approach. So there have been so many testimony when it comes to positivity, raising more positive children and reaching out to more positive adults. So that's my testimony, and that's how I'll be able to influence the clients and have an impact in positivity.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see. Annie, did you have a testimonial, or do you want me to share?
I always have testimonials, Eric. I think
Go ahead.
I'm lucky in what I do. So I think one of the beauties of life really is when you find that place where you get to influence people and really have an impact. So everyone here has that will know what that feels like, right? That's it's a blessing for all of us. It comes from knowing what you really do and doing what you do really well. So Mom, I think every day, for me, it's just, maybe I pick on the one yesterday. Every day, is a day where we change lives, literally. Yesterday, I had a call from one of my collaborators, my co-host from Audio Room. Her friend wants to write a book. I'm like, oh, and they're Nigerian. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I met the family. So this is a young man in Nigeria. He's a son-in-law who wants to write a story about his mother-in-law. The real son is here in the UK. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a story. But literally, the old lady is 70s, so they're thinking, let's do this now before time runs out. And they want to tell her a story because now she has a story to tell. And literally, she kicked out of a community when she was young, has a wrong religion as far as they're concerned, single mother of 5 kids that she's raised by herself, and they've gone around the world. I'm like, this is a story to tell. So literally, we're on a mission to work towards that. Of course, it's trying to give them tricks and little things they can use. Can we get the mom's word somehow? So the mom's not going to write. It's not going to write a story in a book issue. She's going to try writing pages and pages. So let's find a way to transcribe. To get her voice that we can transcribe. Let's pick through the diaries that she might have written over years. Let's find some real nuggets of what really matters to her. We just write what we want and then say, there you go. And I think having that sort of love for your clients, really, we're not talking in theory. We're talking in reality. It can be done. You have to truly love your clients, mean well for them, giving you your best options. I could have said to this family, I'll charge you £3,000 to write your book. I said, no, there's other ways. I'll teach you how to write your book. For less than $1,000. Let's teach you how to write your book. Let's write the right story you want to write, and let's publish your book. That's what gives me joy every day.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you so much. I know you have so many testimonials like that. So as we're wrapping up, I just want to share something real quick. I'm working on a big event. Okay. It will be a studio event, an in-studio event. So some of you may have seen people like Anthony Robbins and let's say Lisa Nichols and all these people that get on in these big Zoom rooms, like life-size Zoom rooms, right, and speak. Well, I'm going to be doing that. Okay. And I have some world-class speakers there that will be speaking on stage and get their message out. But I'm looking for a few more, right? So if anybody is interested, or someone who are in the areas of, let's say I have 3 areas: video marketing. Okay. So teaching people how to use video to market themselves. Okay. Social media marketing. Okay. LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, what have it. And then mindset or personal development. Okay. Those 3 areas. I'm still looking for 3 more speakers. We're going to be in total 8. And as you know, I bring the best on stage, right? And that's coming up. I'm not going to tell you when, because that will come later. But I am looking for people. Here are the benefits. Number 1, you're going to be in front of people you've never been in front of before. Okay. Because I've actually hired 2 agencies to bring a lot of people there. Okay. So you'll have a lot of people there. You will be able to get recordings of everything, right? You have a professional photographer, videographer, all of that. And you'll be able to network with some of these great speakers, right? And trust me, I have some great speakers that will be showing up. Okay, so those are some benefits. I've just put in the chat a way to book a call with me if you're interested. Now, I will say that there is a requirement. Number 1, you have to have some speaking experience. Okay, this cannot be your first gig speaking. Okay. All right. You have to be willing to invest in yourself, right? And you just have to be positive. Just positive, have the right energy. Because for me, energy is important. It's not just expertise. Energy is also important, right? So I put that in there. I'll actually put a video in there when we're done. I don't want to do it now because I don't want to mess up what we're doing here. But if you have an interest in it, or if you know somebody that you think would be great for this, let me know so I can put them on stage and so we can give value to people. And why am I doing this? Because I know that it's not enough to be good at sales. It's not enough to be good at marketing. It's not enough to have a great mindset, right? You have to have it all. You have to have it all to be successful, right? You can be the best salesman in the world. If you don't know how to reach people, you're not going to make any money, right? Exactly. So, and also you have to know how to speak, right? We have an incredible public speaking coach. She'll blow you away. She'll blow you away. So anyway, without revealing anything, because I'm starting to reveal stuff now. I'm not going to reveal anymore. But anyway, if you are interested, or you know anybody that may be interested, book a call there or send me a message and we'll go from there. All right. So that's what I want to share. We're at 8 o'clock on the hour, and as you know, I like to end on time. So I just want to take this time to, number 1, thank our speakers. Okay. And encourage everybody on here to share this link, because we want more people to see it afterwards than people that saw it live, right? So share this with as many people as you can see. Thomas, I see you. Welcome. Share this with as many people as you can. Connect with the speakers. Connect with the speakers. Okay. Success leaves clues. Success. Don't leave here and say, yeah, I just don't know how to market my product. Well, we have someone here and he can help you. Well, I meet with people, but I don't know how to communicate with them. No excuse. Amberly's right there. Right. I have these mental blocks of my childhood and it's just stopping me from success. And I don't know what to do. Cassandra's right there. Right. She's right there. Right. Well, I have this money that I don't even know where to put it. I don't know where I should invest. I don't know what's safe. I don't know what to do. Well, Leah's right there. Right. There's no excuse. Right. And I just keep thinking negatively. I don't know why these negative thoughts come into my mind. I don't know how to shake it, what to do. Well, Mr. Positivity is right there. All right. So I think you get my point, right? We have the experts here. Connect with them. At the least, go on LinkedIn right now and connect with them. So at least you see what they're doing and you're following them. All right. So I would like to thank Cassandra for being here. Annie, thank you. Amberly, thank you. Leah, thank you. Zion, I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing everybody next week, same time, same place. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
And speakers, hold on
Thank
for
you,
a second.
everyone. Bye-bye.